The caressed leg is still smooth. With the 2-speed operation, Enjoy Caress works for coarse or fine hair and removes unwanted hair on bikini lines, underarms and even facial hair. Its completely rechargeable power pack means you can use it anywhere, anytime. Phone Danos Direct on 1800 808 938 to order the brand new Enjoy Caress with pain reduction technology, travel bag and bonus quality loofah scrub for the special price of only 4 easy payments of $32.48 or $129.95 plus postage and handling. Plus, try it risk-free, and if you're not delighted, return it for a refund. Pay by credit card and you'll receive the Therma Eyelash Curler for easier, longer-lasting curl in your lashes, absolutely free. Don't shave your legs. Get the smooth and silky-looking legs you deserve. Order your Enjoy Caress for 4 easy payments of $32.48 or $129.95 plus postage and handling. Phone Danos Direct now on 1800 808 938.
Design guarantees your bottom won't sag for at least 10 years. Oz Design Sofas with a 10-year warranty.
The Melbourne Cup of 1999, big crowd hanging around. This year, as you would, just sit there and sun yourself and have another couple and then maybe wander away. Maybe you need to get out. And I can tell you the Hong Kong Jockey Club plate is now going to be run at 4:52. It's been put back a bit, so we might just make that on air in our telecast just before we go. But we're after correct weight for the 9th, which we'll get from Mr. Gleeson. His familiar double wave for Maggi. Correct weight is there. So Danny Malecki, dividends, please.
The winner Gallopini number 10, $7.80 and $2.60. 3 Bush Outlaw, $1.70 and 15 Sandridge Bay, $6.50. Trifecta $700 and $11.90. The Quinella $11.80 and the Exacta paid $39.40. So certainly the first and second were well in the market there. Tim Gossage, the winner, performing very creditably, but most unlucky the runner-up.
Certainly was a big tip around too for Gallopini. I was surprised that all the coat takers were saying that this was going to win today, but it just kept on drifting and drifting in the market and finished up at double each way odds. But Bush Outlaw certainly was the favourite. There were excuses for a couple in the race, but probably a good result for bookmakers all up. At the moment, not really any board set up. Maybe Depeche Mode might start favourite in this one, Peter Donegan.
It'll be a pretty hard one to find the winner of, Tim Gossage. The Hong Kong Jockey Club plate. Winners have been pretty hard to find, but we knew that before we got here today. It's always a tough day to find a winner.
No, it sure is, but it is a good race, the Hong Kong Jockey Club plate here. So
it is.
Looking forward to it.
I'll tell you what, the toppy, Brave Chief, is going to be running his last race today, win or lose, and he's at $12.20. As we take a look through the tote figures, Jennifer, please enlighten us.
Okay, I like number 2, Make a Scene. He's a much better horse on the firm track. He had no luck at Cranbourne at 2 starts ago, and then he was beaten by 5 lengths in the Coonji. Now he comes onto the firm track here. I think he's got a terrific chance. One to keep an eye on, particularly with the betting here, is number 13, Classic Surprise. Horse over from New Zealand, owned by some pretty astute judges, so I'd watch him. And number 6, Honourable Mention, I'll put him to 3rd.
Well, I've gone for Brave Chief, but I reckon Make a Scene's probably a good thing, not only because you've tipped it, but because I've tipped it second. And my second selections today have won 5 races. So it's probably a good thing. And with the weight of your expertise on it, well, I think it might just about win.
Yes, let's see if we can get the last one.
OK, honourable mention, certainly popular amongst the experts as well. The last, as Tim said, put back to 4:52. The day is starting to wind down, but the party is only just beginning here at Flemington. We hope you can stay with us right through until the conclusion of Melbourne Cup Day at 1999. We'll take a break and be back with you at fabulous Flemington, weird and wonderful Flemington, very shortly. Well, we've been telling you all day, there are a lot of people here at Flemington for Foster's Melbourne Cup Day 1999. I can tell you now exactly how many of them there are. 104,028 people have turned up to this great racecourse, almost 3,500 more than last year's great crowd, and the best crowd at the Melbourne Cup since 1949, when a horse called Fox Army won the race, I think, from memory. What a wonderful day this has been. 104,028 people here at Flemington, and they've seen some terrific racing, and they've certainly seen some drama in the Foster's Melbourne Cup. And as Gallopini and Bush Outlaw stride to the line in replay, here's the presentation after the Pivot Superfect Sprint and the chairman of Pivot Limited, John Watson.
On behalf of Pivot's 40,000 farmer shareholders spread out across Australia, I'd like to congratulate the winning horse, Gallopini, and the connections of Gallopini. Pivot turned 80 years of age this year, is Australia's largest fertiliser company, and is rapidly diversifying into a range of other agricultural products. We employ about 1,200 employees and are about to issue a product that will be available to investors on the Australian Stock Exchange. This venue is something that all Australians should be proud of. The track, the gardens are absolutely magnificent, and I'm very proud to say that those grasses and flowers are fed by Pivot fertiliser products. Thank you all very much for giving Pivot the opportunity to participate in this great day here today. I would like to now introduce to you Mr. Peter Day, who is going to appear on behalf of the owners of the winner, Gallopini.
And thank you very much to John Watson, the chairman of Pivot Limited, and for their continued support. Just before we head back to the studio and Tim Webster, I've got a fella beside me who's reasonably happy at the moment. He just rode the winner of the Melbourne Cup. John Marshall, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I think reasonably is probably a little bit of a understatement.
I think I said that with tongue-in-cheek. Wonderful performance by both yourself, the horse, and of course the master Bart Cummings. And part of the spoils Jennifer is holding now, and it is the Worth Swip, which is such a tradition around this week. It's something you'll cherish for the rest of your life, no doubt.
Yes, I'm sure I will, certainly. You know, like the memories can never go away, and the mementos just make it even better.
There will be some hard luck stories out of the Melbourne Cup, there's no question about that, but all you have to do is look at that whip sitting up on your mantelpiece at home and say, well, I was there and I won it.
That's right, winners are grinners.
And that you had the horse in a beautiful spot too, and that is important to emphasise about John's ride, that there was a lot of trouble in the race, but you took the horse forward, you sat up in about third or fourth spot, he relaxed beautifully for you.
Yeah, I think that in hindsight, the wide barrier was probably a blessing, because we did avoid that sort of trouble, which definitely made it you know, easier for us and a little bit harder for the opposition.
Could you hear Jimmy Cassidy calling out behind you here?
I certainly could. In fact, he was calling out a lot further back, and he actually got my horse a little bit fired up sooner than I wanted to. So, yeah, I was a little bit annoyed at him roaring too early.
Great job, John.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done, John.
Enjoy this beautiful trophy
Thank you very much. Thank
there
you.
You go. There it is, the Worth Swip to the winning jockey in the Foster's Melbourne Cup of 1999. John Marshall, again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
John Marshall, who rode the winner, Tim, Rogan Josh, in the Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Yes, Peter, and rode him beautifully too. And the big crowd remains. Melbourne Cup of 99. And we think you probably might like to see all of the horses in the field of the Melbourne Cup. See where they finished. There's the three place getters: Rogan Josh, Central Park, Zazabel, Lahar, Travel Mate, the Warrior, down to Yavanis Pace there. And we've got another page of them just so you can get an idea where your horse finished. Tie the Knot and Sky Heights, well, it really wasn't their Melbourne Cup, was it? Wasn't destined to be. And as we told you earlier, final place getter was Rebor. All right, now in a crowd of 104,000 plus, finding the strapper of the winning horse would have been a tough task, but if anybody can do it, Tim Bailey can.
Not fair. Doc Watson, this must be a magnificent moment for you, the strapper.
Very good moment. Best one in racing.
Now, what is the story here? You spend more time with this horse outside the glamour of the Melbourne Cup. You do the hard work.
Oh, yeah. I'll pick up after you, mate, sorry. I'm the one who shovels the crap.
Yeah, so how close is your relationship with the horse?
Oh, you're pretty close to them. They become part of your family virtually. You read them all the time.
And how was your heart when he hit the front?
just waiting for him to hit the front. I wasn't worried about the heart.
There's something about your boss, isn't there? He's
oh, he's an absolute freak.
he is. Now, does this mean you've still got to shovel the crap, as you said, tomorrow morning?
Definitely.
Enjoy the moment, Doc.
3 o'clock tomorrow morning on there.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
mate.
Thank you, Timothy. Yes, from the champagne and the roses and the glamour and the 104,000 people back in the box and shoveling that stuff out of the straw. Fashion's on the field now. Here's Lynn Talbot.
Well, I've just made my way through a sea of racegoers wearing madcapped outfits to the Fashions on the Field enclosure. And the ladies who have entered the Myer Fashions on the Field today look absolutely stunning. They are wearing, from top to toe, beautifully coordinated outfits. They're the best I've ever seen. Judges included leading Chinese model and film star Zhu Ying, Beauty and the Beast's Ita Buttrose, and flamboyant Peter Jansen, not to mention musical queen Rhonda Birchmore. And I guess you want to meet the winner, and I've got an elated Trudy Cook here. Well done, are you happy?
Thank you, Lynn, absolutely. I've entered this this particular Fashions on the Field for probably the last 4 years and haven't come anywhere, so it's a real thrill.
Today is your lucky day, and do you know your prize?
Not accurately, no. I believe it's something from Hotel Sofitel Melbourne and Cairns. And
you're going to
sure what else.
And you've also got a $1,000 spending voucher at Myer,
fantastic.
so you can go shopping.
Fantastic.
And you've also got a beautiful Magnum of Salinger champagne.
Oh,
now, you better describe the outfit for it. It is beautiful.
Thank you very much. It's actually a Polish suit that I'm wearing by the brand called A Priori. It's actually a Polish brand. And matching handbags and shoes and gloves, which is pretty much the trademark that we go for with Fashions on the Field.
And the hat is stunning.
Yeah, thank you. It's by Cupid's Millinery, which is actually my mother.
Oh,
so I still have to call home and tell Mum. She might see this on the television before then.
Well, congratulations and enjoy all your prizes.
Thank you,
and we'll be bringing you more of Myer Fashions on the Field on Thursday, when the winner, the absolute overall winner, will take home a trip for two to Paris, a $10,000 wardrobe from Myer, a $5,000 spending money voucher, and their weight in Salinger champagne.
Yes, well, there's nothing wrong with all of that. Thank you, Len. Still to come this afternoon, our Magi race of the century, and of course the last race, race 10, the Hong Kong Jockey Club Plate. Stay there, we'll be back shortly. Yes, look at that. It just means so much to Australians, to anybody around the world these days, but an Aussie this year to win the Melbourne Cup, because the $1.8 million has got a fair amount to do with it. But winning the great race is really something very special. As Peter said, there's been a lot of conversations going on in the stewards' room, and probably will be many more as the afternoon progresses. It was a roughhouse Melbourne Cup, but he's managed to find the connections of Rogan Josh. Pete.
Yes, Wendy and Bob Green are down here with me, and so too is this magnificent trophy. Wendy and Bob, congratulations. Did you ever think you'd have one of these sitting on your mantelpiece?
Never, ever, ever. We've got a little one we took home the other night with the barrier drawer on it, but not the big one.
You've got the real thing now. How were those 3.5 minutes, Bob? Did that seem like the longest 3.5 minutes of your life?
Oh, no, it didn't really. It just seemed unreal.
Yeah. And what about now? I mean, has it really hit you yet?
It won't hit me. I don't think until tomorrow, until I'm driving back to Darwin, until I'm sitting in the car with Robert and say, now, did we really win that cup?
Just read the papers tomorrow and watch all the replays. Speaking of Darwin, what's going on in Darwin today?
Well, I think everyone in Darwin, maybe 6 bookmakers have gone to the wall, I'm not sure. But I think everyone in Darwin would have had a bet.
And what about some school children in Darwin? What are they up to today?
They're not allowed to bet. But I think that maybe their parents may have had a little bet for them.
And you teach that class? Is that right?
I teach many classes.
Yeah. And there's Rogan Josh striding to the line now. And speaking of the name, all the kids are eating Rogan Josh today, is that right?
I think they might be.
Well, Wendy,
I think the teachers will be. They were having a special function.
I'll tell you something now. You've got something reasonable for show and tell, haven't you?
I think it's called show and share now. They told me if I brought it back, I've got to share it.
Well, I'm sure that you'll probably share a drop of the bubbly with a lot of people around Flemington before you leave tonight. Enormous thrill, obviously. Bob and Wendy, thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And enjoy the moment.
Yeah, we certainly will.
Good on you, Bob. Thanks, Wendy. And there it is, the Melbourne Cup. And you take that with you, because otherwise I won't...
I think I've got to drink champagne out of it now.
I'll let you go and do it. Thanks, Wendy. Tim, back to you.
Drink champagne out of it, and why wouldn't it? Yeah, thank you very much, Pete. Oh, there's a little quick shot of Sandra Sully there in the marquee, looking gorgeous as usual. We have to do the Magi race of the century now, though. We're going to show you 1,600 metres of it today, and then at the end, we'll tell you what you do to win that trip to Kentucky. Here we go.
All set for the Magi Melbourne Cup of the century, and they're off. And a huge roar erupts around Flemington as Windbag on the inside jumped away smartly with Even Stevens and Rain Lover. In the middle, Farlap began pretty well with Vintage Crop and Comic Court. Wider out, Night Watch was slow from the outside. Let's Elope hooking across the back of the field. Might and Power didn't begin all that well. He's well back when they settle, and Rising Fast has taken a while to find his feet as they link up with the course proper the first time. And Johnny Letts has taken Belldale Ball to the lead, just in front of Skipton and Windbag as they come down to the 400 in the first circuit. Galilee's in a nice spot from Vintage Crop, and then Rain Lover and Peter Pan. Comic Court has settled in about 8th placing from Night March and Revenue, then Poseidon. Farlap back in the centre of the field from Wotan, and then at Tallack. Might and Power well back from Baystone. Even Stevens. Rimfire's giving them a tidy start down the straight the first time. Then Rising Fast, Let's Elope, Revette, Night Watch, Think Big, and Empire Roses last of all as they come to the judge with a lap to go. Turning out of the straight now, heading towards the 2200. Belldale Ball the leader. Comic Court in second placing from Galilee and Windbag. Rain Lovers enjoyed a beautiful run in the early stages, and they were followed by Vintage Crop and then Skipton. Peter Pan well back from Night March, Revenue, Poseidon. Farlap starting a run around the outside, and there's one lost the rider. Night Watch has lost the rider back in the field, and going around them quickly. Farlap improving his spot as they head towards the 1600 metre mark now. Belldale Ball led Windbag and Galilee. Comic Court in third placing. Farlap's gone up to 5th. Then came Vintage Crop, Rain Lover, Skipton. Further back was Peter Pan from Even Stevens. Night March on the outside of Revenue. Then Poseidon, Revette, Might and Power still well back from Wotan. Baystone's a long way back. Rising Fast only with a few behind him. They include Rimfire, Empire Rose, at Tallack, Let's Elope, and Think Big last of all as they go past the halfway mark.
And that's where we leave it today. There's your phone number, 1902 555 616. All you do is grab yourself a Magi product, find the entry form and join up with us. We'll show you another 800 metres on Oaks Day. Entries close on Friday, and then we'll show the entire race for you on Stakes Day, the last day of our carnival. I think Sandra Sully at this late stage of the afternoon has found one of the members of our Star television program.
I have, yes, thank you. Tim, Rob Sitch has joined me, and he's been in the marquee all day, although he hasn't been divulging too many tips. Are you in front or behind?
I'm now a registered charity because I gave my money to a bookmaker, and he said, he looked at it, he went, Behemoth, and he went, right, you can get a tax deduction on Behemoth.
Did you tell Johnny Letts?
No, I didn't. But Behemoth is now in the 9th race. It's so slow.
How do you find Cup Carnival Week? You're a Melbourne boy. Do you come out every year?
Yeah, I love it. In fact, people say, isn't it great? And I go, well, 10 or 15 years ago, it wasn't like this, so I can't remember it. I mean, the number of marquees here, I think there are more people coming and less people seeing the Cup. I think I've seen a chain wire fence and the inside of a glass so far.
Well, listen, thanks for joining us today. I know you're going to come out to Oaks Day and Stakes Day. Well, we're hoping you are.
Yes.
And
well, I'm following you around, Sandra, so wherever you go, I'm there.
Yeah, well, if we could just arrange something at around 10:30.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Got to go. Good luck. Thanks for joining us.
I'm there. I'm still here.
Back to you, Tim. Save me.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
The queue behind you, Sandra, as you know, is a very, very long one, and Sitch is going to have to go round to the back end of the queue.
You've made my day, thanks.
Good on you. Okay. We've got one to go. It's the Hong Kong Jockey Club plate. Here are Peter Donegan and Sandra Sully. Jenny Chapman for the very last time today.
Yeah, here's my buddy down here with me, and we've had a wonderful day as we always do on Foster's Melbourne Cup Day, and now all we have to do is cap it off with the last winner, Jen.
Yes, we need some money now, don't we?
On their way to the gates for the Hong Kong Jockey Club plate, and the Toppy Brave Chief is running his last race here today, and he has been turned out magnificently by John Ledger.
He does look great. He's got an awesome record at Moonee Valley. He's won 6 there, but he's had 8 starts here at Flemington for no placings. An unusual record too, 37 starts for 12 wins and no placings, but he's certainly fitter and he's some sort of chance.
You like Make a Scene, number 2?
Yes, a horse that does need the dry track and unlucky at Cranbourne and should run well here.
Stormy Jim, number 3, Jason Patton.
Yes, a 9-year-old now, but has been racing very, very well. the 1800 metres will suit here. He's a winner over that, and he's a chance.
What about the horse named after that Collingwood goal-kicking legend, Peter Dacos? Dacos is his name, and he's ridden by Kieran McAvoy.
I thought he might have been a little bit flattered at his run at Moonee Valley there. It was a fast-run race there. I'd say a place chance only.
Well, if he tries as hard as his namesake, he'll go pretty well here. Number 6, honourable mention, Brett Preble for David Hall. Could they make it 4?
Not out of it, that's for sure. This horse never, ever runs a bad race. Ran on strongly at Seymour, and I think it's a good chance.
We spoke to Stevie Baster before. Can he get some consolation here with number 10, Depeche Mode for Peter Hayes?
Well, Depeche Mode gets in very nicely weighted with 51.5 kilos. And I think this horse has got a good chance for that reason.
And news from the ring is that number 13, Classic Surprise, has been very heavily supported. Another one of the Peter Hayes runners, Eddie Wilkinson, the rider.
Quite a nice type, Peter, coming over from New Zealand. New connections here. He was sweating up quite a bit in the mounting yard. That's my concern, so we'll keep an eye on him, but must be rated a chance.
Jennifer, the last trifecta, please, just before we do. Number 15 is Dubourg, Larry Cassidy for Paul Perry.
Badly drawn here in barrier 18, but certainly not the worst in the race if you're taking a trifecta.
What's your try?
My try is number 2, Make a Scene, from number 13, Classic Surprise, number 6, honourable mention.
Well, I hope that Brave Chief, number 1, goes out a winner in his 38th and final race start today. They're on their way to the gates for the running of the last event, the Hong Kong Jockey Club Plate. We'll come back to fabulous Flemington on Melbourne Cup Day 99 after this. Dividends as they stand at the moment for the Hong Kong Jockey Club Plate. Make a Scene in contention along with Stormy Jim. Honourable mention, Depeche Mode, the favourite, at $4 even. Over the page, and look at these pools. There's $2 million in the combined pool here. And amongst the main chances, Classic Surprise, which has been the medium of very good support, as you can see from our move there. It's come in $5.90. Well, it has been an absolutely delightful day weather-wise. I hope you've managed to make a profit in the punting stakes or maybe win a sweep. But importantly, I hope you've enjoyed our coverage. And don't forget, we'll be here on Oaks Day and also on Emirates Stakes Day on Saturday. And that applies to our viewers in the United States as well, who will be with us for every minute of our great Melbourne Cup Carnival. Here are the selections in the last. I've gone for Brave Chief. Hope he goes out a winner. Make a Scene from Jennifer. And a bit of a variation of opinion with honourable mention, getting just that from a few of our experts. All right, there's the scene at the gates, 1,800 metres. They've got a pretty good run of 400 metres before they make the turn. And as they continue to fill the gates, let's go up to two gentlemen who've done a wonderful job today, Gary Willits and Dan Malicki. And Gary, it'll be a Melbourne Cup Day that's talked about for a few more days to come yet. I have no doubt about that.
Oh, I would think so. I think the stewards will be having a long night here tonight. And, you know, as I said, Jim Cassidy, how he stayed on the hind, I don't know. It was gone, but got back up again. But, as I said, if Central Park came out here as a travelling mate from Cape Tara, how good is that horse? Like, we might see a lot more of that one, Danny.
He run fourth in the World Cup in Dubai earlier this year, so he certainly had Group 1 form, Gary. The query with most of the runners was getting the 2 miles, but it was a terrific effort.
But they all acquitted themselves quite well, the import horses.
Now, De Burgh is ready. Sirinel goes in. They're all set for the last event on Melbourne Cup Day. Depeche Mode drawn barrier 1. And they're racing. Jumped OK, Depeche Mode from honourable mention, Brave Chief in search of the lead. Royal Centuric going forward. And also handy to them, Knightly Sword and Blazing Sun. They're all going up towards the lead. Stormy Jim in about 7th or 8th spot on the early part. Kana Square around it, then Sirinel. They were followed by Make a Scene, De Burgh getting back a little bit. And they were followed by, on the inside, Classic Surprise of De Burgh. The Barded Bride's about 5th last on the outside of Make a Scene. And back to the tail, Star Sphere, and Goodwood settles last. Brave Chief is the leader, settles a length and a half to Royal Centuric. And in 3rd spot was Knightly Sword. Depeche Mode 4th on the inside of honourable mention. Blazing Sun's trapped out 3 wide. A length away, Stormy Jim in the green colours with a white cap. And then Dacos with the red sleeves and cap back on the rails, about 5 lengths off the lead. 2 lengths away then to the Barded Bride. On the inside of it was Siri Nelg, another 2.5 to make a scene. De Burgh on the outside of Star Sphere, Classic Surprise, and Goodwood is last of all. Approaching the 800 metres, Brave Chief, a length and a half to Royal Centuric, Nightly Sword around Honourable Mention, and then Depeche Mode. Next is Stormy Jim, Blazing Sun, Carna Square up there in the middle with Dacos, and then Siri Nelg as they turn for home. Make a scene's about 6 off the lead, but warming up from the Barded Bride, Classic Surprise, Star Sphere, Du Burgh, and Goodwood last. Turning into the straight at the 500. Honourable Mention going up on the outside of Brave Chief. Depeche Mode hasn't left the fence. Dacos into the clear, then Siri Nelg. It's Honourable Mention going up to Brave Chief and Depeche Mode at the 300, then Dacos. Further out, Siri Nelg, Make a Scene runs on. Depeche Mode gets the run though. Depeche Mode got a half in front of Honourable Mention. Siri Nelg making up ground, but it's Depeche Mode in front of Siri Nelg and Honourable Mention, but Depeche Mode's clear. Siri Nelg into second spot, but Depeche Mode wins the last. Depeche Mode first, Siri Nelg second, third close between Honourable Mention and Make a Scene, and then came Dacos. Next came Carna Square from Classic Surprise and Brave Chief. The Barded Bride, Goodwood passed a few from Royal Centuric, then Star Sphere, Stormy Jim, Blazing Sun, Du Burgh, and Nightly Sword back at the tail.
Oh, beautiful ride by Stephen Baster here, Dan. Depeche Mode, he was back on the fence. He never left the fence. He got runs everywhere, and that's what's won the race for him. Great
10,
ride.
12 and 6 gets third after the photo. Honourable Mention.
Yes, here he is. He's got the run up inside Brave Chief here, ridden by Damien Oliver, but it's all the way in the run. He just kept working along, waiting for runs. You can see here, it's great for Stephen. He would have been disappointed with his run in the Cup on Labille, but he's bounced back here with a winner, and that's what good jockeys have to do. Make a Scene in the pinks, run on late. Siri Nelg there in the centre in the blue and black. Got home and ran second. And Make a Scene worked home to just might have got, no, it hasn't quite got up for third.
Fourth in, Make a Scene, number 2, and fifth in was number 5. And that was Dacos who looked to have its chance. But Depeche Mode, once he got that gap, was full of running. Stephen Baster punched him through, and he was able to hold his rival. Siri Nelg, the only one to really bridge enough ground off him. Honourable Mention looked to have its chance.
Yes, Honourable Mention, you know, he seemed to get up there pretty quickly, and I thought he'd run home a lot stronger than what he did. But this was a very good ride. There's a great shot of Stephen Baster. As I said, he would have gone out in the Cup thinking he could win it. Was disappointed, evidently got in quite a bit of trouble. And then now he's bounced back with a winner.
He's noted for his smile, Stephen Baster. And he comes back and he'll have a grin from ear to ear. There's no doubt about that, Tim.
Yeah, thanks very much, Danny. We're about to run out of time here, so we'll come back. You international viewers, we really hope you enjoyed the coverage. Got a lot of emails. By the way, we think the one from Antarctica was they haven't lent us. From Mawson Base. I think I called it Moreton Base. It's a long way from Moreton Bay to Mawson Base.
It is.
But for sending us the emails, thank you very much. Now, the Melbourne Cup, she was a rough old race. You too?
It was definitely a rough race. Now, the stewards will be doing a lot of work on that one. I think David Harrison might be in trouble there.
Yes.
The postscript is going to last well into the night here at Flemington, Tim. I think that's going to be the big story over the next couple of days. But let's not forget one thing. JB Cummings, 11 Melbourne Cups. He is the master.
Horse finished the race like it finished the McKinnon. He's just brilliant, isn't he?
Beautiful ride by Johnny Marshall too.
Yeah.
Yes, what he can do with a horse, and also that age too, 7-year-old.
All right, well, it's been a magnificent day, hasn't it? The weather's just been perfect and the racing great, and the crowd, 104,000 and a bit, that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We will see you on Oaks Day. That's the next time we're back here. And, of course, Stakes Day is on Saturday, 11 to 5, both those days. We get another hour to sleep in. And let me tell you something. We deserve it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm Tim Webster on behalf of all the team here. We'll see you Thursday.